Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about landscapes. Landscapes are, everybody loves a landscape. It's so nice to have beautiful scenery in your home, and it's very fun to paint. It's like an exercise in the basic values of painting. You have shapes and you have light on objects. One of the things that I would say about it is that you should always paint something that's very paintable to start with, which means extreme morning light, extreme evening light, and when you've got shadows and you've got the effect of the light on certain areas. But I'm going to get right into it. I filmed it while I was painting it, and I went back and I realized that every time I make a cut, I have to address that particular segment as a fast forward to make the entire film go faster. So this one should be considerably shorter, and it will go faster. I then put my vocals over it to kind of explain what my thoughts are as I'm going along, which I did not do as I was painting it because I knew I'd be cutting a lot of scenes from it. This is a vineyard area, and I have a photograph of it, and I'll put the photograph right next to the painting as I'm painting it because I do use photo references. Unfortunately, I wish I could say I was a plein air painter, but I'm not. I've tried it a few times and I feel exhausted afterwards. The sun beats down on you, and the colors that you get are not, you have to learn how to compensate a great deal for the difference that the sun makes on your palette and what you see, and then on your canvas as well. So I've just learned how to paint in the studio, and I'm happier that way. So without much more talk, I'm going to get started and walk you through this. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back at the end and talk about the final ideas and thoughts about it, and then it of course will be put on my website for purchase for just a few days. So see you soon. Okay, I'm starting out toning the canvas, which is what I almost always do. Like I said, I don't always do the same thing over and over. And I feel like I want to put some yellow in the sky because I want to keep it looking sunny. And you're dealing with values. Remember, you're not so much dealing with color as you're dealing with values. And the yellow's brighter. Here we're marking in the vertical planes of the landscape, and they're always darker because they're standing up against the sun. The lightest element is the sky, and the second lightest would be the ground. I am softening the edges here of my darkness, and as you can see with oil paint, you can do a lot of changes. Layering on top of other layers is like one of the benefits of oil painting as opposed to something like watercolor. I'm putting white in the sky simply because I want to keep the sky somewhat light. Those are not going to be the final destination of the clouds. So I am putting a little blue in there, but it's not going to stay that blue. I'm going to add it. Generally, the sky is very blue at the very height of the sky, and as it goes down towards the land, it gets warmer. The land puts off a warm tone into the sky, and that's visible. So I'll be adding that. And as you can see, I also added yellow for the vineyard, not because the vineyards are yellow and it's fall, but because I want it to be light. If you put down green, you're going to be dealing with, if you put down green at the beginning, you're going to be dealing with just a big swath of green. Here we're getting the edges of the vineyard. Now I'm adding in some more details, constantly spreading the color around so it's unified, marking the areas of the trees that show the sunshine. And you can always create them to be more dramatic by putting an even darker color right next to them. Okay, I'm trying to enter some blue-green into the vineyards now, and making a lot of just dibs and dabs here and there that will finally be unified in the end. Okay, I'm adding the foreground. The foreground is always a little bit darker and brighter. The mid area is warm. And as you recede into the distance, you've got the bluer colors and the cooler colors. It's always something to remember. My favorite book is Carlson on landscaping. He was a painter in the 1920s. I'll do a video on that sometime in the near future and put a link to it. So I'm just throwing around some neutrals in the sky because the sky is many, many colors, and it tends to be warmer on one side of the canvas, or the view of what you're looking at. I'm having to talk fast because I sped this up. I didn't want it to take forever. I'm working with a fairly limited palette here. It's mostly magenta, purple, sap green, and yellow, but I do occasionally throw in a few other colors. So I'm trying to get some... Oh, here comes the kitty. The land is warm, so we're sticking a little warm down there. And at one point I'm going to be scraping the paint off of the palette so that I can blend all the colors together, and that neutral color will go in and harmonize a lot of areas. Still, I want to have a little more drama around the sky, and the sky is definitely lighter where it hits the mountains. So I'm trying to put that in there. And then bringing some blue of the sky because the sky is reflecting down on the land. And, I don't have the patience to draw each leaf. I just throw in some brush strokes there. And I'm in a hurry, I guess. Sometimes you spend a long time, sometimes you go quick. Adding purple, because that's in my a lot of people might think you are, a dark green or something, but it's purple because it's part of the particular palette I'm using. Now I'm defining the areas where the light is a little bit more. I live with a bird and a dog and 2 cats, so they can and then I'm just shooting in a little warmth there. Here I'm trying to get a few shadows. That's obviously too dark, but I'm going to put some neutrals over that, and that'll lighten it up a little bit and create a feeling of dimension in the hills. A little interest in the sky. And there you go. She's done. That was faster. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to talk fairly quickly to keep up with the fast forward on the video. Anyway, that particular painting is an area that's right around the corner of my old house. I don't live up there anymore, but I lived there for I lived in that house for 25 years, but in that area for 30 years. And there are many, 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 many paintings that I've painted and many photographs that I have of the vineyards, and I'll be painting more. If you would like to purchase that painting, it is available for a limited time. I'm going to put it on my website, which is hosted by Squarespace. And the actual web page that it's going to be on is going to be a very secret one. It's not one that you can easily access from my normal domain. And it'll be available for a couple of weeks until I send it to an auction facility, an auction house, or a gallery, one of the two. So if you like it, you can grab it, and it's $99. The website will take you to a checkout page, which is PayPal or any credit card that you'd like to use, and then I'll ship it to you. I painted another painting a few days ago that I was going to do my next video on. However, I messed up on the filming, and I went to look at it after painting the entire painting of the figure. And I think I spent about 2 hours on it. And I had, when I sat down, my back was right in front of the camera. Stupid. But I will show the painting, and I will talk you through that and what I did with it, and then hopefully I'll get my act together on the filming of the next one. So if you like this video and you want to see what happens next, I'll be covering a lot of things in the future, including books on art and more videos of paintings that I do and techniques that I use and harmonies that I use and ideas about composition, etc. And if you like that, just click the little subscribe button down below, and it will remind you when I post a video, and that helps me build my audience, which I'm trying to do. And I will see you. I probably will post at least twice a week, if not more. So I'll see you then. Bye.